What are you doing, Joe?
Buying 4 fab and dates. I'll do 6, 7, and 30. Yes or no?
No, give me
That's it. I'm done. 40 cents.
I'll pay 37 on the spread.
At 40.
25.
20 and 30.
Buy 3.
Buy 6.
Five. He's out. He's out.
3, 3.
1 and 7.
30.
I mean, I buy 25 and 27. I bought I bought 25 spreads for that.
I'm gonna buy so far.
10, 3, 6, 7, and 8. Buy 5 and 10. I bought 25.
What's in it?
10 and 2.
30 on 2.
10 and 2.
6-2 on 5. 30 on 2.
I did not. Can I shoot?
Hey, check him out.
10 and 30.
Hey, Jerry Pam. How many?
Spread quote, please. 37 points, 25 times 50.
Over the years, my worst losses and biggest losses, and they've been enormous, have been generally when I got pissed about something. Or else I take something from outside the pit into the pit, and that'll kill you. It'll just eat you alive. I've spent years reflecting on those moments, and you can refine it down to that one instant where you said, I fucked up. And at the time, you're not even aware of what's kind of happening, and the repercussions are astronomical. So that's one reason why I try to smile now.
I got 5 and 6.
Buy the decent board.
Phil, working 110. 10 offer.
What's there? What's there?
Down to where? 20? All right, it's 10 offer.
What's the market for
Sell, buy. It's 100 even, Phil.
Arbitrage are the hand signals we use.
Even bid 10. Even bid 10.
It's all standardized. We don't change the signals every day. We're not trying to fool anybody. We're trying to communicate. And we've created a structure that gives order to the chaos.
Still working at 50 and 10.
Not with your mouth, with your hands.
50 and 10. Go to the mall.
At 10, Phil. 50 and 90, Phil.
Some clerks make a lot of money. There's clerks down there make 100,000 a year.
190, 2 even. What?
190.
See it, say it. Got it? Okay. What?
Ask him what his hand says. 190.
Total 30 and 5.
Total 65 and 90, Phil. 90 bid even.
Total
190. 90 bid even. 90 bid even. What is that? What is that?
I'm working 30.
90 even.
All those numbers are is a bid and offer. So when I say 90 bid it even, all that means is I see somebody that's willing to buy them at 90, and I see somebody that's willing to sell them at even. It's a well-oiled machine. The flow comes out of a customer, whether that customer's in New York, California, London, Singapore. We'll be on the phone as a phone broker. We'll send in the order to our filling broker, who's handling that order through a yellow jacket clerk. Now, when that clerk gets that order, then he gives it to the filling broker, who in turn turns to the pit and asks for a market. It's not his job to really think. It's his job to just get it done.
No 1,000 lots. Tell them. So 50 at 90. So 50 at 90. 90 bid even. 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 Charles, you going to quote any time today? Does he even know that 190's filled? See, that's what I'm talking about. Why? 190 filled and the conversation is over. 90 bid even.
90 scratch.
Sell 30 at the market.
So 30 and 90. You paid 90 for a total of 30. 90 bid even.
Sell 50 at the market.
So 50 and 90 filled.
50 at 90.
90 on 50 filled. 90 on 50 is filled. Your scratch is filled. 90 bid even. 150 at 80? 75 at 90, 75 at 80 filled. 80 bid 90. 80 bid 90.
80 bid 90.
80 bid 90.
80 bid 90.
Man, look.
80 bid 90. 80 bid 90. Because you'll just let him believe that 90 for 100 is filled. That's $2,500 a tick. Who do I trust that much? Nobody. I don't trust my mother that much.
60 off.
Add bid 60. Add bid 60. Who's teaching the class? Him or me? 260.
What's the size?
260.
260.
Is this Holland Screen class?
Sell it.
Sell what? It's already an offer. It's already an offer. Have it 60. 60 on 100 filled.
Buy two on 60.
What?
It's just reverse.
Habit 60.
Buy the side.
60 on 200 filled.
Hey,
60, stranger? 160 filled. 60 bid 70.
60 bid 70.
Time out. Time out. Time out.
Or I'm putting in another one.
Time out. Pay attention. When are you going to tell me he knows 110? When are you going to tell me that he thinks he's filled 110, not 190? How much does it cost me now? Do you guys not understand when I say, when you have an order, give the order back to the person that gave it to you, get back in the game. Right now, you just told him 110 was filled and 190's filled. He told you I'm working 110 and that's filled. I don't know 90s. Market just went down to what? 30?
Yep.
Right, but how do I know? Where's the market now? Back to 80, 90? When would I know? When it's a loser? Yeah. Because you still want to have a conversation. 80 bid 90. You don't get this yet? You don't get it yet?
I see what you're saying, but he was telling me about.
Who cares? Whatever he's saying to you, can you solve the problem? Can you? Yes or no? No. Who can? Who? Me. So wouldn't I want to know what's going on? 80 bid 90. What about it? 80 bid 90. 2 years ago, Christmas, they had a $1.5 million error because somebody assumed that they had 400 cars and they didn't. They had 40. You don't want to assume anything.
Sale 90.
The risk at times is so great. Mentally, you can get focused so completely on what you need to do that you really aren't even aware of what's going on around you. I started working on the exchange during summers while I was in college. It was exciting, and it was very, very difficult. I was 22 years old. I was just a little girl. And little by little, I learned how to do it. A Eurodollar is dollars held outside of the United States, anywhere outside of the United States. Even if they're in Japan, they're Eurodollars. It's money in a bank. At least this is my understanding. But it is actually, what we're trading is an interest rate. The Eurodollar contract is traded every quarter 10 years out for a total of 40 different contracts. And what I do is I constantly buy and sell in different combinations and configurations those 40. I'll tell you what's really funny. I traded them for a long time before I found out what they were.
When you trade Eurodollars, you're trading an interest rate factor, what a 90-day instrument's interest is worth in the world. But in fact, you aren't going to get delivery of it. You aren't ever going to see it in real sense.
Financial futures were based on something that wasn't a tangible commodity. It wasn't a cow, it wasn't grain, it wasn't wheat. It was paper.
Is it healthy? No, I don't think it's healthy. The physical demands are tremendous. I started lifting weights so that when these guys start pushing me, I can push them back. One of the smartest things I ever did. You get to stand in there, packed in with all these men, much, much closer to you than you'd like to have them. On busy days, you get to wear their sweat.
Those days that the market is in an extensive, volatile situation that can last for literally the entire day, that you just simply cannot get out. It's at his peril if he leaves the pit, and often it's the entire day. The last washroom break I had cost me $20,000. You know, that's an expensive piss. Your spot in the pit is holy. It's your spot, and you'll fight for that, you'll protect that, because everybody wants their spot in the pit. Some people have better spots than others, but you gotta guard jealously where you stand, and where you stand becomes sacred. That's yours. You have to have a strong voice. The taller you are, the more likely you will spot the order coming in. So it's lungs and height that count, agility. Some people are claustrophobic. They won't fit in a pit. You've got to be able to understand the flow of what's going on, and you kind of have to outpsych the other guy. But it is real life, and in real life, where you stand and how you act and how aggressive you are and how sharp your elbows are counts.
That no one else managed to come to because it was...
We were lower middle class. My parents were teachers. My father was a socialist. I was raised, well, to be a socialist. I was too young yet to really be a socialist. Of course, my life changed so dramatically that I became, in a way, the antithesis of what my father would have suggested, because I became a capitalist, an ardent capitalist.
That you guys made the choice you have to make. As long as it's not a choice based on the political influence of one guy. That's all I want.
Even before I entered the floor itself and saw this wild scene of people running around in jackets, shouting and waving their arms, I mean, it was bedlam. It was bedlam. There seemed to be some organization to it. I mean, they seemed to know what they were doing, but really it wasn't understandable to someone like me who wasn't schooled in what was going on. It was immediately something I wanted to know. What the hell is going on there? I got to know this. Once I walked on the floor, it was sort of intuitive force that overtook me. It didn't take me but minutes to understand the process. What they're doing is buying and selling. I mean, that's what's going on. They're buying and selling. They're bidding and offering. They're shouting. It's an auction. It didn't take very long for me to, A, recognize what it was, and B, to say I love it. It was love at first sight. I mean, there was no question in my mind. Whatever this was, whatever they were doing, I wanted to be part of this mix. It was something that, you know, began to run in my veins.
Maybe to want to rethink it again. Call another meeting for Monday. It's still not too late. You don't have to.
No, you know what, Leo? If we tell all those hundreds of people that everybody's got to move to give us an 8-foot slice.
Hey, you! 40 even on 5! Where the fuck is this guy looking?
If I think something's going on, manners kind of go right out the window. I will get on that desk and start yelling if I have to. And I'm not thinking. You know, I'll react. It's all gut. There have been times where I've actually gotten on top of the desk and started yelling at my filling broker because I think that he might have missed something in the pit. I don't like to lose. I don't like to lose a trade. I don't like to lose anything.
Hey, check it. Who's the low?
They just got it in.
95. Hey, look at me. 95 on 5. Come on. 95 bid, 95.05, and then 95.05, 95.05. You look at 5 on, 95 bid, 95.05, 95 bid, 95.05, 95 even, no, 95 even, you're still working 95, so 95 even, 95 even, 95 bid, 95 even, 95 bid, 95 even, still 95.05 even. Up! Hey, come on! Am I out? You're out. You're out. Still 95 bid.
Right now, we're dealing with people that are doing index arbitrage. For them, it's very important that I maintain 2 or 3 different markets simultaneously. So I'm looking at the S&P's trade, I'm watching the NASDAQ trade, I'm also trying to keep an eye on the mid-cap and Russell. Many times, if I'm looking at the S&P's, I'm listening to the NASDAQ behind me because I can tell by the noise coming out of that pit whether there's something going on or not.
S&P.